This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by State Farm Insurance.
Okay, I don't know about you, but I would do just about anything to save a few bucks. The question now is, how far would you take it? Would you let your insurance company track your driving for a discount?
Well, more than 1 million drivers across the country are already taking part in pay-as-you-drive or usage-based insurance coverage from large providers such as State Farm. In today's Angie's List report, we find out how it works.
We all know how far technology has come these days. Now it's even being used to track driving habits for willing consumers.
Technology is coming to every part of our life, and auto insurance is no different. If you have a safe driving record and you have good driving habits, you might consider an insurance company that gives discounts when they monitor your driving behavior through a tracking system.
Lindy Cook wanted to save a few bucks, so she enrolled in a program offered by her auto insurance company.
Our next renewal coming up, we save 10% on one vehicle and 5% on another.
Insurance experts say the majority of drivers enrolled save money by releasing information such as mileage, when they drive, how fast, and how hard they apply the brakes.
I didn't get a very good grade in braking, so I'm trying to be more aware of that now.
Angie Hicks, founder of Angie's List, says some companies track data through a small device that plugs into a port under the car's dashboard, while others log basic driving statistics using programs such as OnStar. Most companies allow access so you can go online and track your driving details.
I was not aware of my driving skills maybe as much as I am now since I'm enrolled.
As far as savings, it can really add up. Angie says people who show a good driving history can generally save between 10 and 15%. However, some drivers feel the technology infringes too much on their privacy and do not want insurance companies knowing everything about their driving habits.
I was a little leery when the program was first introduced to me, but after researching it, I realized that they don't do GPS tracking or anything like that. It literally just tracks what time of day you're driving, how fast you're accelerating, and your brake speed.
Another thing to keep in mind, insurance companies say they do not charge extra for poor driving. Still, if you're not ready to give up some of your privacy and take the plunge on the tracking device, Angie says you can find other ways to save.
So when you're doing your comparison shopping, be sure to ask about low mileage discounts, also safe driving record discounts, and always check about bundling your insurance.
And something else to consider, experts say this tracking can be a great way to stay on top of your teenagers' driving habits.
Well, it seems like a simple enough concept. The safer you drive, the more money you save, and maybe you're ready to hop on board. Well, there are a few more things that you need to know before you sign up.
And joining us today to tell us is Matt Basil, State Farm Insurance Agent in Dover. Thanks, Matt, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Back up there, teenagers. I have a son, he's turning 16 on Monday.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Can this help?
It can help. I don't know if it's going to help him, but it does allow you some capabilities as far as tracking. Let's say your teenager tells you he's going to one place and he ends up outside the boundaries on that route. It will send text message alerts if you set it up that way. So
really?
It is a little bit Big Brother, but it does help you in parenting as well. It gives you a nice interface so you can look at it with your teen driver and say, these are some things you're doing. I've noticed your turns this way, or your acceleration, or some braking issues, that kind of thing.
So State Farm's program is called Drive Safe and Save. Really, is it just as simple as plugging something into the car?
It is. In some cases, it's even more simple than that. If you have vehicles such as GM, Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury, there are already things that are in the vehicles that will track that data for us.
Okay.
If you have a vehicle that's 1996 or newer and it's not one of those vehicles, we have something called InDrive, which will plug into your device, and you'll have a visor attachment which will follow along with your driving habits.
Wow. And you said there's 3 different?
There are, yep. Sync is one, and that's with your Ford, Lincoln, Mercury models that have sync. So those will be 2008 or newer.
Okay.
You can use that. For GM models, OnStar, if you have OnStar capable, we can use that as well for tracking. So, yeah.
How about that? So who is eligible for a program like this?
Almost anybody, as long as you have a valid email address and you're willing to sign up for the service, of course, and then you have a vehicle that is capable of one of those 3 options.
Okay, so what if I have an older car that's not that technologically savvy?
Well, I guess it depends on your definition of older, but 96 and newer is chances are you can use the in-drive system.
It'll have the port in
Yeah,
it.
and just reach out to your insurance office. They'll be able to tell you. We have a tool we can look everything up for you and tell you if you're eligible.
Now, we just heard that the insurance companies don't charge you for poor driving, but I mean, they're keeping track of your speed and everything. What if you have a lead foot?
At this point, they really aren't. So once you sign up for Drive Safe and Save, you automatically get the discount. That will vary based on those driving habits. The only time you'll ever get in any trouble as far as your premium increasing will be if, let's say, we have you rated as a low annual mileage vehicle, meaning you're driving 2,000 miles a year. That's what you tell us.
Okay.
And then this thing tells us, well, you're really driving maybe 24,000 miles a year. So we're not adequately rating you. So what happens then is your premium will be adjusted based on mileage. But other than the mileage piece, there aren't too many situations in which you're going to see it go up. And in that case as well, you'll still get the Drive Safe and Save discount.
Okay, so Matt, there's a lot of things going on now. A lot of people are worried about their personal information getting out. It's happening all over the place with credit and debit cards. What happens, big picture, to this information that's gathered from tracking my car?
Right. Well, at this point, really mileage is the main tracking device. You have the option to look through and say, okay, I want you to be able to look at this, I don't want you to be able to look at this. And then beyond that, any information that we track, just like we already have social security numbers, date of birth, address, etc., that's all going to be under our privacy guidelines as well. So.
Okay. So basically, you're really looking for that person to see whether or not they really are going 2,000 miles or 24,000 miles.
At the early stages of this, yeah, I can see 5 years from now it may change. So.
All right.
It's important to keep posted.
Amazing how things do change.
It's incredible. Matt, thank you.
Matt,
Thank you.
thanks. And to read more about State Farm Insurance, including information on how you can save on your auto insurance, go to delmarvalife.com and click on the Show tab. Well, still ahead on Delmarva Life, a story of survival. We'll introduce you to Mr. Beefy, a dog that, after overcoming some hard times, got a second shot at life. Find out how this rescue dog is now the one doing the rescuing.
And a little later on, we're going behind the scenes for a sneak peek of tonight's series premiere of Bad Teacher. But first, we want to help you make mom feel a little extra loved this Mother's Day with the Delmarva Life Mother's Day giveaway.
From now through May 8th, we'll draw one name most weekdays. Each winner will receive an Edible Arrangements box of chocolates.
And in addition to that box of chocolates, our grand prize winner, announced on May 9th, will also win dinner for two at the Phillips Crab House restaurant in Ocean City, a dozen roses from Kitty's Flowers. Don't you know Mom will love that? How about a $50 gift certificate from About Faces, a $100 gift card to Vernon Powell, and check this out, a mother's bracelet from Park Place Jewelers, a grand prize value more than $600.
Yeah, you want to enter, don't you? Well, here's how. Go to delmarvalife.com and click on the Show tab. Go to the contest link and fill in the required fields. And we'd like to announce today's winner of a box of chocolates. Congratulations to Lynn Bogush from Milton, Sussex County. We'll be right back.